Hello and welcome back to Wolf and Friends Gaming. I know I put out a video just yesterday, or I should say Thursday, since I'm recording, or actually I should say Wednesday, so I'm getting the dates mixed up. But yeah, I'm continuing Sakura Fantasy Chapter 1. So, let's jump right into that. Oh, last time, yep, it was the star. So, but my eyes do not lie, something is falling. And then, I'm gonna have to click, darn it. I'm gonna move my mouse away so I don't have to make noise for it. Never before have I seen such a light. And spacebar, spacebar works as too. It's burning too. A great flaming star is dropping from the heavens. The entire sky is filled with its light now. It's as if the sun had appeared in the night sky. My eyes open wide as I recall that noble woman's words. One day one of those stars will fall. One day. She must have known this was coming. The very ground beneath me shakes as the star draws closer and closer to the ground. Oh my gosh, it's a meteor! Armor plates and weapon racks begin to rattle too. Wait, what if it hits the capital? Would we all be destroyed? No, I won't panic. I have to keep my cool in the face of any situation, especially if that situation is certain death. There's nothing I can do but hope that it doesn't hit us. To my relief, it doesn't appear to be heading towards the capital. Plummeting towards the earth, I can hear the thundering crack of its impact somewhere beyond the city. It's enough to make the entire barracks wake up. Raelin, what did you do? Panicked voices echo through the hall, everyone immediately reaching for their armor. It's an attack! What was that noise, Raelin? That's right, Gwen was supposed to be the jerk, blonde sort of character. The other word for the female dog. It was a star falling from the heavens, so I'm unsure if I can say that on YouTube. A star? Can that happen? I've never heard of this happening before. It's true, I've never heard of anything falling from the sky like this before. Is it an omen of some sort? I can't say for sure. You know what this means. It was an omen. Clearly. The panic in the barracks began to worsen. Arms and armor are being wildly thrown on. Come on, girls, let's suit up. We got battle against the star. It's Star Wars. It's not long before everyone is standing to attention. Raelin, I would get to your bed. Why? Oh, Kira will be walking in here at any moment. But I can't tear my eyes away from the sky. Yeah, Kira is supposed to be the Urza character. A terrible sense of dread fills my entire being. What is going to come of this star? Yeah. There's too many questions I don't know the answer to. Yeah, that's why they exist. Please return to your beds. There's nothing to panic about. It's just a star falling from the sky. Many whispers spread among the novices, doubting Kira's words. Sure, yeah, she's clearly lying to us. She knows it's deadly. How is it not something to worry about? It's a star! Unwilling to argue with their instructor, most of the novices begin to remove their hastily equipped armor and settle back into their beds. Why don't you just sleep in the armor? It makes it a whole lot easier. Kira notices that I'm standing by the window. Get into bed, Raelin. I know you summoned this star. That's all she has to say before I walk. That's all she has to say before I return to my bunk. I'm not satisfied with that enough, though. Man, I'm just screwing up this entire thing. I think I'll take a moment to see what Kira is doing in her office. I can't let them panic. If they panic, we're all gonna die. Things are bad enough in the city as it is. If our soldiers panic, then there won't be anyone left to keep order. Exactly. Best course of action for now is to reassure them that nothing's wrong. So pretty much lie to them. Yeah, I feel bad for lying to them, but it's necessary. So she's lying to us to stop us from panicking. In order to keep order across the city in case we need to. I think I'd better look closer at the city then. See what kind of reaction they're having towards the star. Oh my gosh, there's a giant star! Everyone, there's flames everywhere! As I look in the city, the reaction is about what I'm expecting. There are people running wild on the streets, yep. The guards are trying their best to keep the populace calm. Everybody just shut up! There's nothing to be concerned about, please remain calm. His words do little to pacify the angry mob in front of him. Ah, stars! They throw angry accusations at him. All of them demand answers. We want answers and we want them now! Yet he has none to offer them. Of course not, because he's just a guard. He just slowly backs away his pole and pointed at the crowd. Yeah, that's smart. You're clearly not going to stab a person. It's not long before a large angry mob has gathered. I can see numerous guards blocking range to hold them back. Everyone just stand down, okay? We don't want any of us going to hell. Yeah, Kira tells us that there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, of course. I would say there definitely is something to worry about. Especially since there's a giant star that crashed near the city, capital place. Looks like the city's in a state of panic too. Yet Kira tells us that there's nothing wrong. Well, I'm pretty sure Kira doesn't know that what's going on in the capital. There's something seriously wrong. Can we just lie here and sleep while the capital's on the brink of chaos? I want to go out there to quell it, but I just know that Kira won't allow me. Then just jump out the window, it's right there. Unfortunately, all I can do is obey her and head back to bed. Or go out the window and run all the way over there. Well, I'm sure we will have a chance to quell it soon. All the ducks from Voices from the Sea. Everyone is on edge after the star fell from the heavens. Hey guys, you remember that star? Pfft, I could have killed it easily. Never before has something fallen from the sky, so everyone has a theory as to what it means. It's the Big Bang. The most popular one is that the end times are coming. Everybody get your aluminum foil hats, or tin foil hats, and your end is nigh posters, because it is coming. But aren't they already here? I don't know any other cities that are still What? So every other city is pretty much destroyed except for the capital. Well, okay then. The capital is the only place which has managed to thrive in the blighted wilderness. The last time we heard any news from another city was 10 years ago, when it fell. I can't help but think that they're gone too, unless they become isolationists like us. You know, isolationism, it's pretty good for us. You know, no trade, no Facebook, Tumblr, or anything. Not even the news from them. Just isolation. There might be a chance that it's still thriving. My far-seeing can't reach far enough for me to confirm it. So you can see far, but you can't, but the city is too far for you to see that far. It's far-seeing. So aren't we already on the edge of destruction? Yes. We are probably building our own tomb in a feeble attempt to keep the darkness out. Then just call a bunch of paladins. Wall after wall, defense after defense. But for all that, there's nothing that everyone knows all too well. The capital stands alone against the darkness around it. No matter how mighty it is, it still stands alone. The Empire's strength is its entirety, not just its capital. Exactly, that's the thing about monarchies. The power comes from the consent of the people, and not just the king. That was the entire thing with the Magna Carta. King John he believed he had all the power, but it means nothing if the people didn't listen to him and do as he pleased. So they threatened to leave him, and he'd be nothing, pretty much. So he signed it. And we have lost nearly everything. Sorry, I prefer optimism. Yeah, that is not me at all. I'm not that much of an optimist. But I don't know which one would be Paragon in this situation. I'll go if I can understand why people are afraid. I can understand why people are so afraid. I mean, it's a star from the sky, the end of times. You know, we're all gonna die soon anyways. Things are looking more grim than they ever have. Oh, and the darkness is coming as well. They probably expect the walls to collapse at any given moment now. Yeah, once those titans come over. That's a really bleak outlook, though. I like to be more optimistic than that. If we doubt, then we'll be consumed by the darkness. Pfft. I, of all people, should know that we cannot doubt. But it's hard to ignore all the doomsayers who walk through the streets of the capital. Yeah, all those 0 attack and 7 health, but it's only a 2 cost mana. Yeah, all those guys. Everybody's afraid. They've been afraid for a very long time, but the falling star brought those fears to the surface. There's been some talk that the council plans to promote novices much earlier than they should, too. I don't feel like that 2 wasn't necessary. I will say that. The soldiers and guards around the capital are being stretched thin. More are needed if they are to maintain order. That noble woman's words have haunted me since we last spoke, too. It was 1 day ago. Did she call that star down from the sky? Yes, she's clearly a night elf and can use starfall. What do the stars have to do with her? She can summon them. That is her power. She is the stars. I should talk with Gwen about this. She knows her history a lot better than I do. I thought life as a soldier would be a lot simpler than this. You know, protecting people, following stars, killing monsters. It's pretty simple. But it's only become more complicated. I'd love it if all my problems could just be solved by stopping a few monsters. And that's how RPGs work. It seems that life isn't so simple, though. I need to go see Gwen today. There should be a brief moment before I have to leave for guard duty. In fact, I better hurry up and visit her. The one I'm trying to have love with. To my surprise, Gwen wasn't anywhere near her office today. After wondering, I found her standing out in the training grounds, looking dazed. Wow, she's actually in the training grounds? That's amazing. Yeah, why is she out in the training grounds, of all places? Shouldn't she be in her office right now? She's probably, like, practicing. Also, seriously, how is this armor protecting us? It is so light. I mean, yes, you can run in it, but it seems like if you ever got in a close quarter match, you'd be dead. Gwen, can I speak with you? When she looks at me, the look on her face says everything. It's normal. There's no look, Raelin. What is it you want, Raelin? I'll check if Gwen's okay, because I'm doing the same thing I did with Ashley and Miranda from Mass Effect. Sure, I'll get straight to the question. Answer me. I'll cut that out. Or bleep over it. Probably bleep. Gwen's obviously sleep deprived. I should check if she's okay. You didn't get any sleep, did you? It's not like I need to ask that. The dark rings under her eyes say more than enough. Oh, so she got bags. Can't really see that. Also, why are both of us blushing? Unless it's just makeup. Or the artist. None at all. Since the star has fallen, there's been a lot of unrest in the city. The amount of letters being sent back and forth between barracks. It's a nightmare. I'm taking a rest from it right now. My fingers would snap in half if I had to write another signature. Love to see that happen, though. So what did you need? I could use a distraction. Oh yeah, thanks for calling me a distraction. Glad to see you're doing fine. You know, my day is going well, but you know, I'm just a distraction. Just thinking about more paperwork is going to make me pass out. And why are you thinking about it? Do you remember any tales about Ardina which involve the stars? Almost all of them. Stars? Why stars? Does this have anything to do with that falling star? It was a week? I thought it was a day. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. Gwen gives me a weak smile. That's not really weak. That is a very strong smile, I guess. Also, why is it that whenever we're turned, we always have our hand on our hip? That's just a bit interesting. Also, I have a cape and she has her hair, but then I also have my hair, so I just have a cape while she's got nothing. You're always so curious. I can't recall any at the moment, but there many have been some. Yeah, that's a typo. I'll have to request some leave time to visit the castle's library. After this stack of work, there's no way Kira would be willing to deny me anything, and now she's smiling even more. Thank you once again, Gwen. Before I'm about to leave, she calls after me. Can I ask for a favor in return, Raelin? When you're not busy, could you do some farseeing for me? Just whenever you're ready. I can tell that she's about to collapse. I better get her to a bed. Okay, I will do it. Just go get some sleep now. Thank you, Raelin. I think I'll do just that. Some small part of me feels slight envy. I can't take days off like she can. No, now's not the time for petty jealousy. I have guard duty at the castle today. I need to go get ready. Let the music stop. More dots. All the dots. So many dots. As I arrive to the council chamber, I'm just in time seeing the councilmen shuffling to their seats. Alright guys, we need to learn how to activate face. They begin as they always do, with a list of items to discuss and address. So guys, how about that face? It seems like it's going to be another boring day with these councilmen. The guardsman from the week before is also here too. Welcome back. I hope you're ready for more droning. I think I use my normal voice for him. Either that or somehow darker voice. I know that I'm not. I can't say that I am either. Just bear with me then. Think of it as a training exercise. It's how to be patient. That doesn't make it sound much better. What the councilmen are debating about today seems to be the best way to cart supplies through the city. Oh, that's pretty interesting. You are well aware that our roads are becoming very hard to navigate. The population density of our capital has become nearly unmanageable. Then make more cities, build settlers. Gosh, idiots. Or expand the city. How exactly do we provide a way in order to reduce the traffic on our roads? Use planes. Why don't we simply build more roads then? But that's what we're already doing, you idiot. These roads are becoming choked faster than we can build new ones. Then obviously the problem is that we're not investing enough resources into this. You see, I have to go from a conservative point of view. We have to put in more money, and then we'll get more money if we put taxes on these roads. But I also remind you that the streets are almost becoming labyrinth-like. Who cares about labyrinths? Our best architects are already overloaded with work, simply figuring out how to add more roads inside this city. Just make the entire city roads then. We can rename the capital Roads. What we need is to, after a while, just let my mind drift out of my body. Listening to them is extremely draining. I wonder if anyone has died of boredom while on guard duty for this chamber. I look to my left and I see a memorial of people who have died from this. Apparently there's 100 of them. Maybe I could do a bit of farsing while I wait for these idiots to finish talking. I'm thinking about what's happening at... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't want to go to the bathhouses for 2 reasons. 1, in case Gwen is there, and 2 because I have to censor it. But I feel like the barracks I'm going to have to censor Kira. So let's go to the bathhouses. There's so much I've heard about the bathhouses. My curiosity is going to make my head implode unless I find out more. I feel like if I chose the barracks, I would have just went to the bathhouses. That's how it worked last time. It also put me as far away as I can possibly be from the council chamber, so I'll gladly suffer through it. As my vision changes, I see Gwen. She's lying on some kind of stone slab, her chest pressed up against it. I'll go back to see if there's anything at the barracks, and if from the barracks it actually goes to the bathhouses. I'll put that like the end of the video. There's not a single shred of cloth covering her at all. All her pale skin is showing, and I'm clearly going to need to censor the hills on her. I can see small streams of water coming from her flowing golden hair. Enchanted lights hang from the ceiling, radiating warmth, which I can visibly see shimmering in the air. I had no idea that it was such an elaborate setup inside those baths. Gwen shifts slightly, like she's uncomfortable. Movement enters her enough to make her body quake a little bit. She turns her head to the right. This is a bit hot for my liking, actually. Could you please turn it down? Oh, I can just get this bucket of water with ice and just throw it on you, if that's what you mean. A few seconds later, the lights of the crystals dim a bit. Oh my gosh, she smiles in approval. Of course. Perfect. Thank you. Gwen doesn't seem out of place with any of these sophisticated treatments. Of course not. She's perfectly content to bask in the warm glow of those absurdly expensive-looking crystals. She happily turns over, exposing her other side to the crystals. There isn't a single part of it that doesn't allow the crystal's warm light to touch. Okay, those crystals supposed to be like coal or something, and that's how it works. Yeah, steam rises from her body. It's scaring my view of her slightly. She stretches herself out, laying her body bare before the crystals. An eternity seems to pass as she looks up at the ceiling. A small sigh of pure contentment passes through her lips. This is my haven. My stone haven. The whole world outside doesn't matter right now. Just me, myself, and I. She turns back over, allowing her eyes to close as she leans forward into her chest. I don't think she could be happy at this moment if she wanted to be. Being here really does fill her with joy. It's like I'm adrift on an ocean of warmth. She shifts herself slightly, trying to move her lower body beneath the cluster of crystals. Oh, is she like in a crystal bath? That's just weirder. Once she's happy, she turns around again to face the ceiling. Now that's more like it. There's no better way to dry yourself off than using the crystals. From the side of her stone slab, she grabs what looks like a ball of clay. They say this is great for your skin. I suppose I'll only find out if I try it. She takes the clay and begins to rub it on herself. Oh my gosh. It's almost like silk. So soft. She leaves no part uncovered as she works her way down her body. Clay on her chest, her thighs, everything. I hope my skin becomes as soft as this clay. Not even the hottest forges in the capital can match the heat coming from my burning face. This is so embarrassing. Gwen's not stopping either. She's going to keep going until she screwed herself early in it. What the heck? This is too much for me. I'm going to clear this vision from my head, but you'll never clear the memory. I'm just going to have to hope that no one notices how furiously I'm blushing. Hey, are you blushing over there? Stop it! These people are almost done about their roads that are taking money from us. As I come back to the council chamber, the repetitive drone of their voices begins to drill itself into my head. Are you suggesting that the fallen star has some significant meaning? It is but a mere anomaly, nothing which should influence our business today. You cannot deny the unrest it has caused, though. The city is in a worse state of panic than it's ever been in a long time. What course of action do you suggest we take in order to stifle this panic? I know I changed the skeptical guy's voice, but I think I'll continue with this one. More guards patrolling the streets. We have to ensure law and order, and SVUs, and NCISs, and stuff. Doomsayers are to be arrested on sight too. Can't have them fear-mongering. But we barely have enough soldiers as it is. We may have to dip further into our reservoirs of novices. As much as I doubt they'd help, I'm afraid we have no choice. All in favor of promoting more novices? All councilmen voiced their agreement with the plan. Then we have settled that matter. As a summary, promote more novices, arrest doomsayers, and put more soldiers on the streets. Even though his face is covered by his helmet, I can tell what my fellow guardsman is thinking. Leaning over, he whispers to me again. Welcome to week 2. It only gets worse from here. You'll go mad if you listen to them for too long. I know I have. Twice. I can see you're learning to not listen to it, though. In fact, you nearly fell asleep there. Nearly collapsed while farting? I'd better be more careful with it in the future. I know it's hard, but just stay awake for a bit longer. They usually conclude their business within an hour. It can't come soon enough. I can put up with this. No, I can't. I hate when people do stuff like this for like an hour. It can't come soon enough. Agreed. Moving on to another important matter now. Have we had any news from the scouting parties we sent into the mires? None. They're definitely dead by now. Let's send more, though. I see. Then there's nothing to be discussed there. How can he be so cold? The soldiers are dead due to their poor decision-making. Yes, blame the dead. Perhaps life is cheap when you make it to the top. This brings me back to my previous point last week, the Myers. Are you still all opposed to the idea that these beasts are intelligent? Oh gosh, don't tell me this guy's a beast from the Myers secretly. Sorry. Just burped. We've already debated this. The dead scouting parties do not mean that the beasts are intelligent. It just means that they suck. We need proof and evidence before we can act. The next time we are willing to take a risk, we should devise a means of testing them. So send more people to their deaths. The dead can't tell us anything, councilman. Dead men tell no tales. Perhaps we can find someone with a gift which enables them to speak to the dead. Almost as if far-seeing or something. Would such a gift even exist? Even so, how will we find someone with a gift so specific? It would be foolish to waste our time and resources looking for such a gift. I suggest we drop this discussion for now. It is not going to yield anything useful. Agreed, we must focus our time on more important subjects. We've also been dealing with increased attacks since the star fell. Wait, is it only like these 2 councilmen? Or are there more? It's hard to tell. The impact must have agitated the wildlife. It's to be expected. It agitated the city too. Nothing to worry too much about, though. The frequency of attacks should die down after a few weeks. Okay, this guy isn't pure conservative as I thought. He's like both, but terrible. I must have voiced my agreements. There is no action to be taken in regard to this. That is no actions which we shouldn't be taking away. We are already driving for more recruitment and more bodies to defend the walls. Aaron Yeager's group failed miserably. They continued to debate among themselves. I hear footsteps behind me. Soft footsteps. It can belong to another armored guardsman. It's the noblewoman. Yeah, it is, and it turns out that she's our Dina. Ah, woot. Everyone knew that, probably even before. Wait, it's that noblewoman from before. What is she doing here? Greetings, Empress. We're surprised that you have joined us again. Have you matters you wish to speak about? Yes, the star. Empress? The Empress herself? That's who she is? I spoke to the Empress directly and didn't even know? Gosh, I'm an idiot. I'm here to put forward a request, Councilman. Something about her has changed. I look at her face, I don't see that helpless look of loss. A star fell from the heavens. What of it? There was light, there was noise, then there was nothing. I'm sorry, my Empress, but we do not see why that star matters at all. That emotionless mask Dina wears is breaking. She's really agitated. She doesn't look agitated. She looks like she's gonna punch that guy in the face. I can't help but fidget as I watch her. The star. It's about the star, isn't it? Yeah, she's talked about the star. You idiot. What does that star mean to you, Ardina? It's her child. Why don't you talk about it? And I'm going to 26 minutes. That star does matter, Councilman. It can mean everything for us as a people. Could you explain why or provide any proof of that? Could you explain why or provide any proof of that claim? Sorry, I had to redo that. Another question. What do you even want to do about that star? I want to mine it for resources. I request for a group of warriors to seek out where that star landed. Deathly silence permeates through the chamber. All the councilmen simply look at her. What you are requesting is absolutely foolish. I agree. Oh, that was hard for me to say. That star's landed somewhere out in the mires, perhaps beyond it. And you're asking us to send a group of our best in there to die? You haven't even explained what is so important about this. Not a single voice in the chamber offers any support. Not a single voice in the chamber offers any support for Ardina's request. Sorry, I thought the guy was still speaking. I can tell she's trying to restrain her emotion, but it's starting to show. I just overheard that you had sent scouting parties into the mires. How exactly is my request unreasonable? We debated for weeks, but we decided to send them. Before we decided to send them, and now they're all dead. Anyone else we would send would meet the same fate. Ardina, has her old age finally... She's old? My gosh, she looks so young. Has her age finally gotten to you? We understand if that's why you no longer participate in debate. Your mind. Before we can finish, I can feel the council chamber rumbling. She punched him in the dick. Where did that come from? I rub my eyes and look again. Of course, she has some sort of super god power thing. It's coming from Ardina. That empty, vacant look is completely gone from her face. It's replaced with seething anger. Ghostly ethereal light pours from her, filling the entire chamber. Burns all around her in an aura, cracking with otherworldly power. She's going into Super Saiyan mode, everyone. Get out of the area. Oh, sorry, I didn't read that. Can I go previous? How do I go back? What? Her power is actually causing the very bone to shake around her. How is this possible? Before I thought she didn't express any emotion at all. She's probably hiding it because of this, then. Cowering in their seats, the councilmen try to shield their eyes from the light. No one dares to say a word to the enraged Empress, simply staring at her in awe. And I don't have to stop there. I'll go back and I'll put the barracks recording at the end of this, but as of right now, this is the end of the actual first recording. Like I said 34 times or something, I will go back and I'll put in the barracks scene. I'm doing that just to see if the bath comes even after I do it. So, let me actually... Dan, why is my mouse not working? Don't tell me it died on me. Ah, darn it, it died on me. Okay. So, I will use second slot. Okay, so now I'll have to continue off of this slot. I wish I could name these. But, yeah. So, let me go to the main menu for a quick second. Actually, no. Save game. Okay. No, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fine. But, alright. This has been the recording. I've said 500 times or so already, I'm putting the barracks recording at the end of the video. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Alright, here it is, the barracks. I'm thinking about what's happening at the barracks. There's always a moment of vertigo before I let my vision take over. Why do you fear vertigo? Why do you have vertigo? That's weird. Something in my head seems to open up and let my soul out. Also, apparently my mouse died. Quickly get over it, however. My vision clears up, and barracks are empty at the moment. They must all be doing their training. The funny thing is that staring at an empty room is more interesting than listening to the councilman. Naturally, it isn't. Even the joining of the council is better than silence. Let's try the bathhouse. Oh, okay, so no matter what. There's so much I've heard about the bathhouses. My curiosity is going to make my head implode unless I find out more. It also put me as far away as I can possibly be from the council chamber, so I'll gladly suffer through it. So vision changes I see. Go in. Okay, so yeah, no matter what, it leads me to the bathhouses. So I'll just do this. And, I'm not going to save, I'm just going to go off this. But yeah, that was the barracks. Nothing important really there. That actually Kira, but oh well. So, I know I said it earlier, but I'll see all of you guys later.